This podcast mentions alcohol and has adult content. Not suitable for children or the faint at heart. For entertainment purposes only. This is the Tales of a Small Town Bartender podcast. You have been warned.
Hi everyone, this is Tony.
This is Sean, and breaking news. I went to the Strip this past weekend.
Ooh,
First
do
time.
tell.
Yeah, first time. I went to see Daniel Tosh to stand up with my son. And it was a good time. Caught a little bit of the UFC fight at the Mirage and one of the bars, and that place was just absolutely bonkers. But the show is good, but that's not why I bring it up. I bring it up because I discovered something about the Strip that is rarely talked about. But it is panned gold. It is.
Oh, yeah?
It is a World Series and a Super Bowl molded into one. And
All right.
what is it?
What?
People watching.
Oh, well, that's a given.
Tony. I mean, at night, I imagine it's worse than during the daytime. And we were there at about 1 a.m., I think, midnight. But all you had to do was get yourself a drink, pull up a piece of sidewalk, and just sit there and let the parade go by. Because it was amazing. Amazing. Man.
Did you take any video?
No, I didn't take
No.
video of people. I did shoot up and down the Strip, but just sitting there and watching people go by, it was like, if, people go on vacation to go to beaches, people go on vacation to go hiking, people go on vacation to go to resorts. If you went on vacation to watch people, it would 100% be to Las Vegas to sit on the Strip. It is the Super Bowl of people watching. It's amazing.
Oh, I could imagine.
Oh, it's great. So anyway, that's the only reason why I brought that up. But then I caught this, getting ready for the show, I caught the title of an article, and it really caught my eye because the title says Wallace personal trainer, Wallace being a place, Wallace personal trainer breaks world record for testicular cancer.
Breaks world record? How?
For testicular cancer. I didn't even know there was a world record for testicular cancer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How do you break that record?
So it's a poorly worded headline.
Okay.
So he broke a record in the name of testicular cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. But the headline caught my eye.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you even have a world record for testicular cancer? You don't.
I was going to say, what did he have it like 10 times or something? I
mean, he has a 35th lump removed from his testicle.
Right?
He is the new, he's the new study for doctors for testicular cancer. And move away from the power plant, will you, buddy?
Yeah.
Jesus. So the story is actually pretty neat. The guy did have testicular cancer once and found a lump in his scrotum and had it removed and got it all taken care of and he was squared away. But he did break a record. And what the record was is there's something called, I forget what it's called. It's a lift where you pick up basically 100 pounds or 100 pounds in each hand and just basically walk around the track with it. So he walked around the track carrying this 200 pounds or 100 pounds in each hand for 33.55 miles.
Wow.
Like, holy shit. But it was all for testicular cancer, raising awareness and stuff like that. So guys, check your nuts, check them early, check them often, have your significant other check your nuts, serious stuff. It's like breast cancer for guys. Check it out.
Yeah.
Right?
That is true. That is true.
Mm.
Speaking of Las Vegas,
Yeah.
I am holding in my hand a bottle opener that my friend gave me that says, "Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada," because I'm about to crack open a Sam Adams Boston Lager.
Ooh. Oh, I got a story about Sam Adams beer.
Oh, yeah?
But tonight is going to be the disgusting story that I've been threatening everybody with since I joined this show.
And I can't wait to hear it.
Jesus H, man. And I'm telling you, buckle up, because when I say this is disgusting, it's fucking disgusting. So I apologize ahead of time. But
so I should finish this. I can't talk. I should finish this beer quickly then, huh?
Take your time. We got some time yet. I'm lining that up for the end right now because we have some other stuff to talk about. And the first thing I want to talk about, and this is going to lead nicely into your topic, it's like you wanted to talk about telltale signs, essentially, that you have an asshole standing at your bar, right?
Yes.
All right. So there's something that lines up with that, and it's like people are like, what's like the worst thing that as a server that or even as you're sitting with somebody at a table at a restaurant, or even in your own home, which makes it worse. The worst thing somebody can do. They even have a name for it. It's the weirdest thing. It's called an ICE, which is an invidious comparison eating. I don't know what invidious means. But invidious comparison eating, which is odd for me because I do this all the time with pizza.
Yes.
So I'm kind of guilty of this. No, sorry. I'm not kind of. I'm definitely guilty of this. So it's the most passive aggressive bad dining habit. So invidious comparison eating is when a person indirectly asserts that a dish they're consuming is lesser by listing the superior merits of another, usually their own, which is really, really interesting. Of course, when somebody does that, it's like, hey, buddy, that was an asshole move. Why would you talk shit about, a dish that somebody made and just say yours is better in front of everybody? It's the worst thing. But I've never heard it with a title, like, oh, by the way.
Yeah.
It's called ICE. ICE can play out in any sort of group meal setting, really, restaurants, coffee shops, but it's really offensive when it transpires in a domestic space.
Oh, absolutely. I believe
Go ahead.
My ex-husband did that to me one time.
Oh no.
So hence the word ex. But anyway, that's not why we're ex, but yeah, I remember making something and he said, "My mom makes this much better."
Oh, that's seriously the worst of this.
Yes, that was horrible. I never made that again, by the way.
Oh man. So be careful, and I will myself be a lot more careful in the future with this because I am definitely guilty of this in the pizza realm. I will be.
I would never do that at somebody's house, though.
Oh, no, God, no.
Absolutely rude. Like,
if you make homemade pizza for me, the last thing I'm going to do is talk shit about it. Believe me.
Yeah, right?
And love pizza. So that's that asshole. But what are some of the telltale signs that you, Tony, or another bartender may have an asshole standing at their bar trying to order a drink?
Well, I got answers from many bartenders on that question.
Awesome.
So the question was, someone sits down at your bar and you don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
What line, saying, statement, phrase comes out of their mouth that makes you immediately go, "Oh, great, one of these"? So I got a bunch of answers.
So I got one right off the top. Can I?
Yeah.
This fucking guy. This guy. Hey, make it a strong one, will you?
Oh yeah, that's on here.
Oh, is it? Good.
Yep, that's on here.
Oh, I got the groove then. We're good. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
make it a strong one.
So Barth said, "I'm going to be your best customer." I love when people sit down and say that because they never are. They're always horrible.
Yeah, it's like saying I'm a good parent. If you have to remind people you're a good parent, you're not a fucking good parent. Breaking news. Yeah.
So Rose said, "I'm a great tipper." That's
Same,
that's what
same category.
somebody. Yep, same thing. If somebody says they're a great tipper, they're usually not.
Yeah, same category.
Usually.
I'm a great parent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll have a draft beer.
Now that one, I'm not so sure. Because
Well, when you have multiple on drafts, which one?
Oh, I see. Generalizing it.
Yeah, just I'll have a draft beer. Okay, well, we have 6. Which one do you want? Like.
How about asking what we have on draft, and then we'll work from there?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, tracking that one.
And then someone said, I don't know what I want. Okay.
Why the fuck are you standing here?
Yeah, I don't know what I want.
You want a bowl of soup?
This one, I love this one. This one is great. This one is great. Her name is a good woman. Good woman. That's what it looks like. It says, your husband must be a lucky man.
I don't even know.
No comment.
To react to that.
Right? Exactly. How do you react to that?
That's kind of if it well, it's obviously has to be coming from a guy, but that's like creep town, like level 99.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. And then there's the guy that says, "Do you make a good drink?"
No, fuckface. I make a bad one. That's why I've been doing this for 19 years.
I have a side story on that one.
Oh, God. Go ahead.
I have a side story. We're going to burst in with a side story. So another bartender that I worked with at the bar that I work at told me that she made somebody's drinks wrong so they wouldn't order them anymore.
How does she make them wrong?
He liked a Manhattan, and she would make his drinks wrong so he wouldn't order them because they're complicated to make.
Oh, because
they're not really complicated.
No, Manhattan's bad. Jesus.
They're not really complicated, but she told me she made them wrong, and he was telling me every time he got it that it tasted different every time he got it. So I asked her, and she said, "Oh, I make them wrong so he doesn't order them, and then he'll go to his rum and coke."
Oh my God.
That's easy. That's easy.
Wow. I once stopped ordering my drink because the bartender, number one, kept mixing up Jack and amaretto.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
When you go in for a sip of Jack and you get a mouthful of amaretto.
Oh, how does that happen?
That's a punch in the face. And then try to argue with me. I'm like, this is not Jack Daniels. This is amaretto. And she's like, no, it's Jack Daniels. And I gave it to a fucking guy sitting right at the bar. I'm like, taste this and tell me this is Jack Daniels. He goes, nope, that's amaretto. And she goes, no, it's not. It's Jack Daniels. I was like, fine, give me a draft beer, bitch. I mean, come on, man.
And you didn't say which draft beer. You just said, give me a draft beer.
That's right. That's what we call a callback. Anyway, go on. What's the next one?
You know what you should do? So I had this happen to me once. This guy comes to the bar and he orders a drink and a couple drinks. He's there for a little while. And then he starts with you should do this and you should do this and you should do this. And I'm like looking at him like, shut up. Oh. This is the first time you've walked in here and you want us to change everything. Like,
I'm going to name that guy the unemployed manager.
Right?
Yeah. Doesn't have it.
He's like, oh, you should move that table over there and you should do this and do that. And I'm like looking at him like, are you insane?
The unpaid consultant.
Oh, that's better.
So we used to have consultants in when I worked in television. We had consultants that would come in and tell us how to do everything. And then the running joke behind the scenes was consultants know 50 ways to have sex, but don't have anybody to do it with. Which brings them to us. What's the next one?
It's my birthday. Do I get a free shot?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then the next one right under is what's free today?
You leaving.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. I'm going to have to use that because people do say that.
Yeah, you getting the hell out of here.
And the one that we get all the time, I know the owner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so do I. He doesn't like you. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. Great stuff.
And then I always say, me too. I know him too.
He doesn't like you. I don't like you.
You should smile. That's a good one too.
Yeah. Oh,
and that's always the person that has already pissed me off that says that.
Oh my God.
Because, I'm usually smiling until somebody pisses me off. Like this person who says, surprise me. I hate that.
Oh yeah. Oh, let me have that person. Here's your vodka whiskey with whipped cream.
Oh, and here's the make it strong.
Oh yeah, make it strong.
Make it strong. Okay, well I'll give you a double, but you have to pay for a double. It's not free. The strong isn't free.
Yeah.
And the is it happy hour?
Well, I mean that I can kind of see. That one I may give a pass on.
Yeah, if they've never been in there before, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we have a big board by the door that says the time and it's not happy hour. It says drink specials.
Yeah, you can't have happy hour in New York, right? We talked about that.
Right, we talked about that.
Interesting.
And what's this one? Oh, this one says if the first few words are just politics, like, oh, hey, it's raining. Let's go, Brandon.
Oh my God.
Somebody actually wrote that on there. Yep. And I really don't like people talking politics at the bar because it makes people fight. It makes people angry.
Politics and religions are off the table. Just fucking stop. Just stop. Keep it to yourself. Nobody gives a shit. Gosh.
Are you having a beverage tonight?
I'm not. I'm drinking water. I'm kind of been off the alcohol on nights that I work.
Oh, okay.
But on weekends it's fucking on, I'll tell you what. But no, just some water this evening, but thank you for asking. But yeah, okay. I was gonna say about the political people, if you find somebody that you agree with at the bar, that's good, but do me a favor and go in a parking lot and jerk each other off. That'd be great. Don't do it in here.
Right.
We don't want to hear it. Anyway.
Right.
So now we got to bring up. Is that the end of your list? I just want to make
sure. That I only read the good ones. Some of them were great.
That was great. So now we have to bring up kind of a dark topic, and today we are recording on Monday, and Monday is in fact September 11th. And we were talking about this before the show. It's like, do we want to talk about it? Do we not want to talk about it? And I think it's important to talk about the reason why we would like to talk about it. And I say collectively we, but if it's not your beliefs, Tony, please speak up. But I think we want to talk about it because both being New Yorkers and both having grown up in that area, and we knew, at least I knew people that were down there. I talked about it last week that my dad helped build Building 7. I have a lot of history in that area before 2001. And what happened really was one of the most devastating terrorist attacks in the world, no less in the United States.
Yes.
There hasn't really been, I mean, there's bombs and stuff like that, but there hasn't really been such a grandiose, overblown scheme to terrorize people than flying, 4 planes, attempting to fly 4 planes into landmarks and killing over 3,000 people. So it means a lot to me because of my ties to everything down there, and I'm pretty sure it means a lot to you as well. Just
yep.
Did you know anybody that was down there or in the area or worked there?
Remember we talked about me and my friend going down there because her mom worked down there.
Oh yeah, on the train. Yep.
Yeah, she did not go to work that day.
Wow, talk about
Isn't
lucky.
Right?
Man. Wow. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of stories that came out similar to that after all was said and done. The next week after, a lot of stories about wasn't feeling good that day, stayed home because I was sick, and then boom, that happened.
Yep.
So it's incredible, and it's sad. And the one thing that I miss the most about all of that isn't my memories with my now past father. It's not the memories of the time that I got to spend running around down there. It's the memories of how that whole thing brought our nation together.
It did.
Everybody.
It really did.
Right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen so many American flags. I haven't seen so many people united. Completely the opposite of what it is today, which is
absolutely
disgusting and boring and tiring, and just absolutely hate it. The divisiveness and how quick people are to jump to assumptions and draw conclusions. But back then, we were one nation, united against a single enemy, which is, there's a lot to be said for that. And the last time that had happened would have been after the Pearl Harbor bombing in World War II, is when people lined up around the block to join the military to fight in World War II. And did you have any veterans of World War II in your family?
My grandfather was a veteran, but I'm not sure I don't know where he was.
I had two grandfathers, both in the Navy, and they're both Seabees, as much of a weird coincidence as that is. But yeah,
he was.
But see, this is the example, though, is that World War II. Here's you and I just talking on a podcast about World War II, and we have three people at least between our two families that were involved in the fighting there in either the European or the Pacific theater. So always, and that's typically the case with almost anybody you talk to. Because after the Pearl Harbor bombing, everybody was like, go USA, and went and joined the military. And that's just what they did. And after 9/11, a lot of that same stuff happened again. There was a reuniting, and now we've completely fallen apart on the opposite side of that, which is kind of sad. But do you remember where you were when you heard about 9/11? Tell me about it.
Yes, I was working at Greenhaven.
Oh, the prison.
We got locked in that night because they put it on lockdown.
Wow. They were taking it seriously. So what happens at a prison when you go on lockdown like that? Where do you sleep?
Well, we ended up leaving before that, but I was supposed to leave it at 3. I was supposed to leave at 3. I didn't get to leave till like 7. Because they had us as we were state medical employees. So if they needed us to go anywhere, we would have to go.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how far from the city is Greenhaven? Just curious.
It's in Stormville, so it's not that far from Newburgh. So it's probably 20 minutes from Newburgh.
Okay, so you're 20 minutes south?
North.
North. Okay, so you're about an hour and 20 out.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I worked for an NBC affiliate when this whole happened, and I worked there for 1993 to 2001. At that point, 7-8 years. And I was an engineer, which means I had some stuff I had to do, but it wasn't really pressing. Like I wasn't a news director that had to switch the newscast. I didn't have shit I had to pay attention to that was key for on the air stuff, is I guess the point I'm trying to drive there.
Yeah.
But I didn't work till second shift. So my wife was at work and I was home getting my then elementary aged school children ready for school. And the first plane, I had the Today Show on, and the first plane hit. And of course, nobody saw the first plane hit immediately. I mean, they did, of course, video comes out after and all that good stuff. But at the time, you know, they cut in, they're like, oh, a plane had hit the World Trade Center. And let's go take a look at it and go live there now. And all I remember thinking, Tony, was that when I was a kid and I would go down there and I would stand up on the observation deck, you could see planes flying under you, going to land at, like, I don't know, one of the 3 airports down there. I don't remember which one it was, maybe Newark, but there was a landing pattern that flew right by the trade towers and on a level underneath it. And I saw quite a few planes underneath the, I don't remember what it's, 108 floors, 110 floors, 12, but underneath, flying to land. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know what happened to the pilot, but one of them finally hit the building. Because I always thought about, what would happen if that happened? And
you actually thought about that?
Yeah. You see him flying down there and you're way up here. It's like, Jesus Christ, that's not normal. So I thought, before I went to drop my kids off at school, like 8:30 in the morning, Central Time, it was like, man, a plane finally hit the World Trade Center. That's really weird. So then I go drop them off. The school's like 5 minutes away. Come back and turn the TV back on, and I'm sitting there watching it, and there's all kinds of rumors flying. And the internet basically was unusable because I had an internet connection, but it might have been, I'm pretty sure it was dial-up back then, 2001. But the internet
I think so.
Yeah, you couldn't get to a news site, but I found another news site that I'm still a member of since that happened. So I've been a member of that site for 22 years now. Good Lord. But so I was tracking everything on there. The internet was basically coming to maturity for being a source of news. You know, it was kind of a first big thing that the internet covered, if you think about it. But then the second plane hit, and everyone was like, uh-oh. And then the Pentagon, and then everything. And I just remember being sad. And I remember just watching the live footage and watching all these people suffer and just basically having, like, essentially what would be PTSD over the goddamn thing, because all of my ties down there. And then I got to work that night, and I get to work at like 2:30 in the afternoon, and things had pretty much wrapped up by then. All the aircraft were grounded, which was amazing how air traffic control did that across the United States, because there are planes in the air.
Yeah.
There are websites you can go to track live flights. And if you go at like 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning and see how many planes are up over the United States,
it's pretty scary, right?
It's insane. And to think that all of a sudden the order is now, get them all out of the sky and land them somewhere. Tens of thousands of aircraft with hundreds of people on board, each one. So that whole thing is amazing. But I remember going to work, and we had, obviously, television station has satellite feeds. You can watch, we record shows on them, but you could also just turn the satellite, like a channel. And some people in the 70s and 80s had satellites in their backyard, big dishes.
Yeah, those big ones.
Big C-band dishes is what they were. But you could just change the channel like watching TV. And I found a feed. It's called a clean feed, which means there's no graphics. In this case, there was no commercials. In this case, there was no anchors. It was just a camera of the collapsed buildings. And I sat there and watched that for my entire 8-hour shift.
Wow.
And man, I don't know what I was expecting to happen. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. But when I haven't been able to watch like 9/11 documentaries until the last couple years. And I've never been back down to South Manhattan, any of that, Canal Street, none of that area. No, I just can't. I went to a Yankee game, but that was about as close as I even thought about getting. But it just, and I think I'll die before I ever go back there again. And I think that's okay. I think that's all right. Have you been back down there?
Yes, I have. We actually took my 2 youngest boys down there. Let's see. I think Josh might have been like 5-ish. He's 18 now, so
a little over a decade ago.
Yeah. He got to see the ground zero thing, that they had up there.
Did they have the reflecting pool?
Yes.
Okay.
We pretty much just went to Times Square. They had never seen the city, so we took the train down. We did the little boat thing around the Statue of Liberty.
Cool.
The island was closed. Yeah, it was a circle line, but we couldn't go on. It was closed.
Oh.
And then we took the train back home.
Quick question, sidebar. Were you on one of the class trips that went to the Statue of Liberty when we were kids?
I don't think so.
We went.
I kind of remember it, but
we went in like 2 or 3 of them.
Maybe I did. I don't remember going inside it though.
So the first time we were able to go up into the crown, but we couldn't go up into the arm.
And I don't remember.
Yeah, because the arm was, they were like, no, you can't go up into the torch. But we went into the head and could look out the windows of the head of the windows from the crown. And then the second time we were there, the reconstruction was happening. They were doing the refab.
Oh, see, I might have been on that one because I remember going there. I didn't remember it being a class trip though, but I remember they were doing reconstruction.
Yeah, and I don't remember if we went inside of the Statue of Liberty that time, but we went on the island and were able to stand at the base of it, if I remember right. But yeah,
I could have been there.
Super, super cool experience.
Yeah, I never got to do the observation deck at the World Trade Center, but I did the top of the rock. The Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
We did the NBC studio tour and all that stuff.
Yeah, I got to do that as well. That's really fun.
Me and 3 friends went down to see the Rockettes. We got tickets for the Rockettes, so we went to dinner. We did the top of the rock. We did the NBC studio tour. We did all kinds of stuff.
Hit a little bit of everything.
There. Yeah. So I've been down a few times. I went to the art museum with another friend.
Yeah.
I've been down a few times since 9/11. Have not been down since COVID, though.
No. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be down again. Not down there anyway. Maybe I'll do Times Square like you did, but that's about it. I don't know. I just can't. Like I said, I just recently been able to start watching the 9/11 documentaries, and I mean, there's some great stuff out there, some great information, and very, very good to watch, very good to be reminded of the freedom we have and the country that we have, and how we're able to just freely move about and not have restrictions that other countries do. When I was in Kuwait for a short time, I was going to go shopping with a friend of mine who lived over there, and I had my work backpack with a computer in it, and I was sitting in the front of his SUV, and And I said, hey, can I throw this in the back of your truck so it's not sitting on the front seat? And he goes, don't worry about it. Just throw it on there. And so I was like, okay. And I threw it on the front seat and closed it. And then he said, pardon me, he said, yeah, if you were here for another week, I could take you down to Times Square where they publicly punish all the criminals. And if you steal something, you get your hand chopped off.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And they kill people too.
Wow.
People bring their families down to watch this.
Oh my God. That's
So
gotta be traumatizing.
if you see somebody with a hand missing, you know what.
Wow.
So yeah, this is the kind of freedom that we have. So you get a penal system, whatever, jail, doesn't matter. You get a court, you get it, whatever. So we have our penal system, and you get, a fair trial or what have you. You get your chance in court to talk to a judge. Over there, they just cut your fucking hand off. So, I mean, pick your poison. Pick your poison.
That is insane.
All right. So enough about that bullshit. Anyway, 9/11, make me sad. Okay. Now the story we've all been waiting for.
Yes.
Oh, you think you've been waiting for it until I tell it.
I got to hear it.
All right. So warning, and you had a warning at the beginning, and you're going to get a warning now. This is fucking awful. This is awful.
So if you don't want to hear it, skip ahead. Skip ahead.
Give me 5 minutes, and then we'll talk to you then. All right. So anyway, here it goes. A friend of mine and I, we used to work together at that TV station I was just talking about. We were both engineers. But on Sunday nights, what we would do is go out to a local bar and have a few drinks because he was off on Monday and Tuesday, and I didn't have to go to work till 2:30, so it seemed like a good thing to do. And we just, blow off some steam and then go home. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to this one bar, and there are dive bars on the end of town that we were on, but this was not. It was a kind of a dive bar, but it had a dance floor and a stage and had live bands and stuff. Not on Sunday night, of course, but so it was a nicer dive bar. And for a Sunday night, and we were there at like 11 o'clock. It's not very busy. There's maybe 20 people in there. And we're sitting, it's a square bar, a big square bar. And we're sitting on one side of the square bar. And there's a couple sitting on the other side of the square bar. And they don't look like they know each other, but they look like they're really getting to know each other if you're tracking.
Okay.
They're all over each other. So he's all over her. She's all over him. They're basically humping. And they're going to town. I mean, it's late, and it's like I said, 11 o'clock. So they've probably been drinking all day, and this is the result. So finally the bartender says, hey, look, you got
get a room.
Yeah. I mean, come on, bro. You got to do something about this. And she's like, yeah, I got to go anyway. And he goes, I'll walk you out. So they go. And that's the last that we see of them. For about an hour.
Okay.
So the guy comes in, and he sits back down at his seat across the bar, orders a new drink, and I look up, and I see something that is both simultaneously appalling,
oh no,
and interesting at the same time.
Oh no.
The guy came back in with the parking lot with blood all over his face.
Oh my God.
Sat there, ordered a drink most of his drink before the bartender was finally like, bro. Then he promptly went into the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and probably went, oh, fuck, and then washed his face off, and then came back out and sat down and finished his evening.
Oh my God.
Is there literally anything worse?
Oh, there probably is, but that's pretty damn bad.
It could be poop.
Yeah.
But that was literally the worst, absolutely most disgusting thing I have ever seen in a bar.
Oh my God. Like, did she not know? I mean, you kind of know when it's that time of the month.
Maybe she was drunk enough. She just didn't give a shit. I don't know. I'm just
oh my
here.
God.
But,
and then didn't tell him?
Yeah.
I mean,
Bill came back in the bar with a face full of it.
Oh my God. I wonder if he ever talked to her again.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
They might have gotten married.
Who knows? Maybe he's a vampire.
Maybe he's listening right now and he'll write in.
There you go, bro. Tales of a Small Town Bartender.
Maybe he is a vampire.
Tales of a Small Town Bartender at gmail.com. Tales of a Small Town Bartender.com. Oh, we have a Facebook. We have all the things.
We have all the things.
Including a drunk or a kid.
Yes.
All right. You go first.
Okay. Fell asleep on the couch and woke up in the middle of the night, still half asleep, turned around, peed on the couch, then walked to my bed to go back to sleep. Was I drunk or a kid?
All right. This, okay. So the waking up on the couch. So mom and dad didn't put him to bed. So let's say this is college hijinks. I'm going to say drunk.
Yep. It's all it says was drunk. He did not explain anything, or she. Well, it had to be a he, right? She's not going to turn around and pee on the couch.
Well, I mean,
I guess she could. She could
with the right motivation.
Yeah. She could turn around and squat and pee on the couch, whatever.
We got guys with bloody faces. Who knows what the hell's going on anymore?
She was drunk.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Got one for you.
Okay.
All right. Got stuck in a public bathroom for 2 hours, cried on the ground, and then realized I was trying to open the locked maintenance closet.
I'm going to say drunk.
That was a kid.
Ah.
He was at a charity ball.
Oh, wow.
And got, stuck in the bathroom into the vortex of the maintenance closet. So, yeah, there you go. Those are good ones. I like that.
Oh boy.
All right, so we got New York versus, let's see, you got to come up with a random state in the United States of America. If you're just tuning in, this is new for you. I have a random state generator website. I click the button, it spits out a state, and I pray to God and Jesus that we've never had it before. Here we go. North Dakota. Oh God, this is going to be easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know someone that lives there. It's very, very, very cold.
It is.
Yes, she had below, what was it, 14 below? Or 20, it was 14 below during the day, and it was like 23 below or something at night. That's nuts.
So North Dakota is the first shit of the cold polar vortex shit states. Iowa's
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh God, yeah. Iowa's third down. Minnesota's first also, but Iowa's like underneath South Dakota and Minnesota, and the entire area gets in and on it. And yeah, she's not lying. And that's just so you know. And in Iowa, we had stuff that was 20 below. It never got above zero for like a week.
Oh wow.
Highs too. So, and this is the actual temperature. This is not the wind chill. And I am not exaggerating. It's fucking insane. One thing I can never figure out is after the first winter, when you're going, if you're a settler and you're traveling like 1883 style from the east of the United States going to the west of the United States, and you stop for 1 winter anywhere in North Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, and you decide to stay there, there is something legitimately wrong with you.
So my coworker's daughter lived in California, and her husband bought a farm in North Dakota and moved there.
Legitimately mentally unstable.
They like it.
There is
I don't know.
Very few reasons to live in that environment. Your house doesn't like it. My house sounded like there were times my house sounded like it was a fireworks show because it's so cold. It's the woods exploding. Cars, fuck. You have to have an engine block heater.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. So I think it's funny that you went from freezing cold to hot.
I can always take clothes off and I don't have to shovel 120 degrees. So
I agree. I don't like cold.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, North Dakota. Freaking forget it. I've got to go New York. But yeah, above all, I'm going to Las Vegas. So
I'm going to message her and ask her how her pizza is.
That's actually a really good question. Inquiring minds want to know.
I will tell you something. Whenever her mom, the one that works with me, goes there, she goes to the pizza place that I was telling you about with the cheeseburger pizza that you said isn't pizza. But she gets a pie not cut, and she gets more than one. She freezes them, and she brings them with her. She puts them in her luggage. That's crazy, right?
And well, I mean, if you like it, you like it. It's kind of smart. Not like I do it, but yeah, I mean, good on you, girl. All right, so weird alcohol laws in North Dakota. I'm sorry, you're going to make a point. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
The weird alcohol laws across the United States. But this for our random state generator, North Dakota. State law of North Dakota prohibits serving beer and pretzels at the same time in any bar or restaurant.
I am speechless.
Who would have known that was a thing? I definitely would not have known that's a thing.
That is the dumbest law I've ever heard.
The only thing all right, so let me try to work this out here. So if you eat pretzels, the saltiness will make you drink more beer.
Make you thirsty, yeah.
So maybe they're trying to put a squash on this forced marketing. So to sell you more beer, they make you drink it by serving you pretzels. I don't know. That's fucking weak, but whatever. It is what it is. Just an idea.
I don't even know what to say about that. Like,
that's a weird one.
That is definitely a weird one.
All right. So coming up next month, we got just 6 weeks away, and we have one haunted story. And we need
and she hasn't answered me back yet.
Okay, we got time. We got Halloween haunted stories. If you've got bar haunted stories, if you've got real life haunted stories, you just have a regular drunk story, we do those too, in case you haven't noticed. Just don't be that guy in the bar. Oh God.
Oh God, please don't be that guy in the bar.
We've talked about a lot of quote unquote that guy in the bar tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, make it a strong one. If you have a drunk or a kid, rewind for the format to pick up on that. But send us a drunk or a kid if you have that. Ouija board stories. I don't know. Fuck, whatever.
Ooh, yeah, Ouija board
Ouija
stories.
Boards are good.
Ooh.
So, yeah, send it to us. I mean, we got talesofasmalltownbartender@gmail.com is a good way to reach out to us. We have the Facebook page, Tales of a Small Town Bartender. We have talesofasmalltownbartender.com for the website. And buy us a coffee, which is my favorite thing now, by the way. I went to that website. It's the greatest thing. I love it.
It is.
Yeah. Just buy us a coffee. And
you can buy us a coffee.
Buy Tony a coffee because she puts her own money into this show. And it would be great if she could reap some a little bit of recompense, a little bit of reward for her work and
Aw.
her actual financial investment in Tales of a Small Town Bartender. So buy Tony a coffee. It's buymeacoffee.com/toastb.
Do you know what that means?
It's the initials for Tales of a Small Town Bartender.
Yes.
Toast, TOASTB, Bravo, bartender. Tales of a Small Town Bartender. So yeah, buymeacoffee.com/toastb and buy Tony a coffee. I mean, the donations are super low, so I mean it's easy. It's not like what's that other one? Oh gosh, that everybody's pushing. Every time you release content, you get money.
Oh, Patreon.
We have Patreon.
We have Patreon too.
Yeah, you can do the Patreon too.
Nobody has done the Patreon, so you know.
That's okay, but and I've never done a Patreon for anybody because I don't like when people have control over my money where it's like, oh yeah, all of a sudden you release like 700 freaking things and now my bank account's at zero.
Oh no, that's not how it works.
Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not.
I'm corrected.
The Patreon has levels where you can donate like $5 a month or $10 a month, and you get specific content for each level that you donate.
See, Tony, straightening of hearts and minds. Here we are.
It doesn't like just automatically charge you for stuff that we put out. Like we would send, one has a coffee mug, I think. One has a T-shirt. There's different things.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got our stuff too, on our website.
Our merch.
Our merch. We got merch. We're that level of podcaster. We have our own merch. No, but really, buy Tony a cup of coffee. Buymeacup.com/toastb to reward Tony for her hard work. Greatly appreciate.
Thanks.
You're welcome, and thanks everybody for listening. I got a quote here from Galileo. Get a load of that.
Ooh.
Galileo said,
Galileo. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, and thanks for coming, everybody. No, Galileo said, "Wine is sunlight held together by water." See, he was a genius.
Wine is sunlight held together by water. Okay.
Gotta love it.
Galileo.
You can't not sing it, right?
I can't. I have to.
So anyway, I want to thank everybody for listening. Thanks everybody for buying Tony a cup of coffee, and we will talk to you next week. I'm Sean.
I'm Tony.
Have a good one.
Good night.
You can email us at talesofasmalltownbartender@gmail.com. Check our socials. Facebook, facebook.com/talesofasmalltownbartender. Instagram, instagram.com/talesofasmalltownbar/. TikTok, @talesofabartender. Buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/toastb.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you said I can't hear you. I'm like, wait a minute. All right, let me turn this up so I can hear you better.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testes left.
I hear you. Potty McPodcast face.
Yes.
That's good that you put something different though, because it keeps my things separated in the list of recordings when I'm editing.
Oh, I didn't
Because
know about that.
I have every single one of them in there. I don't know if I can delete them.
I
haven't tried to delete one to see if like the episode goes away. I don't think it would, but just in case, I have left every single recording I've ever done in there.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Episode 11, right?
Episode 11.
Okay. Oh.
I didn't know if I wanted to talk about 9/11. That's why I had put the September 11th question mark on there. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea or not.
I have it on the list, but I think if we sandwich it between two upbeat bits, it'll be okay. But I think it's okay to talk about, and I think it's a good idea to talk about it so we don't turn into those people who forget.
Okay.
Just my opinion. If you disagree, I'll be more than willing to take it off the list.
I didn't know which way I wanted to go with it. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's a weird subject, and I mean, we're supposed to be a lighthearted podcast, but that's kind of serious, you know?
Yeah.
And we've done a few serious things in the past, so I think we should be able to manage it.
Yeah.
On this 11th episode journey.
Isn't it weird that it's episode 11 and we're recording on September 11th?
Ooh. Well, we'll bring that up. Hey, let's do it.